It's a big old cottonwood right here. It's even the name, Cottonwood, sounds like it's down around Alabama, Mississippi. So if you come here, you'll most likely start off at the main beach right here. And right now we're about here. And in my opinion, from here to there is the most gorgeous part. And that's what we're going to do right now. I'm staying right on top of the AF lock, and I'm working on the theory that if I, generally speaking, just put the AF lock on the brightest spot, then I'm going to get a better looking film. So we'll see if that's correct or not. Yeah, that's basically it. Try it again, the brightest spot. The concept for today was to not get a single sun glare, but guess we just blew that already. How nice it is to get off the trail a bit, eh? This is such a nice forest. I mean, you could make your way through it, you know? It's a walkable forest. In Taiwan, I mean, you can't go off the trail. Just literally don't go off the trail at all. There's almost nowhere that you can walk because the brush is so dense. So it's just gonna look. Yeah, but this you could make your way through it, especially if you took the same track a few times. Yeah, this is so nice, man. Wow. It's nice to be off the trail too, just in terms of like the people thing, you know? Get away from the people a bit. Although the people here are amazing. This isn't very far from Burnaby Lake, and Burnaby Lake is they got a massive movie studio, and they do a lot of filming at Deer Lake. And right now they're filming something, I don't know what it is, but apparently it's going to be good. Christian Slater is there. Christian Slater's a funny guy. So how's the greens coming out here? What I wanted to do is I wanted to get greens with a light on them like that, right? There's some over there too. Put it right on that, yeah. That looks good, doesn't it? So I gotta do a bit of an alley-oop onto this thing. Didn't pose any difficulty. But it's bad for the sciatica. You don't want to be like bending your leg from the hips a lot and then pushing off, which is really too bad because that's where strength really is, right? When you can push off of your hindquarters. Okay, so in deference to the not a single glare, I'm pointing the camera backwards. Maybe what I'll do is I'll just pause it and adjust it and then show it once. No, I'm not going to show it once. Okay. You can show a little bit. Yeah, so this isn't actually that well set up, is it? And the thing is that what you want to do is you want to get over on the other side there where there's those fields and stuff like that. You see the fields, and then beyond there, that's where we're going to go. And then the way that this side of the lake looks from that side is stunning. That's really special. So you'll be wondering why this one looks so much better, and it's because I'm shooting it backwards. Not looking in the thing, but kind of trying to remember, you know, this is really a nice place. Well, I hope I'm not moving too quickly. And if it looks like I'm not looking into the lens, it's because I'm not. I can't. I'm holding it backwards. Okay, so it's going to open up here quite a bit. We can come down, I think. So this thing, I don't know how big this thing is, but that looks like it's a long ways away. We're going to take one crack at... I was going to say that we could take one crack at Metrotown. Sorry, there's the glare again. That's my very worst boo-boo, is to stick it in the sun without adjusting the thing. Okay, so let's just try it one more time. But from this side, from over here, stand up on the bench. Yeah, I think you can just see it out there, right? Okay, so... Okay, maybe that's got it. You can see Metrotown's on top of the hill. It doesn't look like any distance at all. It looks like Metrotown is in a straight line, I would say 4 kilometers, 5 kilometers. If it was a straight line to the closest one, 5 kilometers, maybe 4. Wow. But I have learned to not to judge my not to trust my distance guesses that well. I can't say that I do that well with that. What I do really well with is time. It's amazing. Just try me sometime. Just ask me what time it is. Kind of uncanny. But distances, I don't know. I find it difficult. Like, how big is this little clearing here? Say, if you went, if from that big old dead tree out there, it's right about there, to the left a bit of the screen. That's a kilometer, I would say. So, you know, one way you could sort of think about it, I guess, if you felt like thinking about it, which you probably don't. You probably don't feel like hearing about it either. It's my video, so. Yeah, anyway, you're interested in this. The lake is 3 kilometers. Hey, 你好，你好，我在拍影片。哦呀，你们的声音可以吗？ 这要你的声音不要拍你的脸，可以吗？
他讲国语。
我问你去哪里？
说什么？
说什么都可以。
你的声音吗？
对啊。
他说你可以拍。
No.
我们在6。
Okay. 礼拜六 Okay. Bye bye. On Saturday. So I just made an appointment for a commentary from the local Chinese population. These kids are working too hard. It's not good for them. It's not good for their heads. That girl, she probably had a crush on that guy, and now he's not going to like her anymore because she beat him at running. It's entirely possible. Like, you take a tradition like not mixing sexes in sports. Well, if it was something that was done for a long time, you might want to consider the possibility that it was for partly some good reasons. Konnichiwa. They speak Japanese. I was being a pest. That's pesty to do that. And it's especially pesty if that's the only thing you can say. Konnichiwa. Like, they laugh at us. But the thing is that it's kind of been worked out that we can at least be friendly. It's very pleasant to have them around. That's for sure. It's a pleasure to have everyone around. I mean, it's the mix that makes it here. And whites are kind of... our role now is to sort of bring comedic relief or something, I think. We're the bozos. The alcoholics and drug addicts living on the street, as they're all white guys. Almost all white guys. Maybe in some places it's different. I'm probably sure in a lot of places it's different. But basically around Vancouver, I mean, you see tons of them. They're mostly white guys. Some white women. Tough, man. Jesus. Wow. I see them, they're still pissed off at the world, you know, yelling and screaming and stuff. Carrying on like, they act like 14-year-old boys who want to look tough. Like, but they're 60-year-old women. They wear the clothes, you know, the AC/DC thing or something like that, you know. And they're still, you know, fighting the man. Still fighting the good fight. Sorry about that. Check out that stuff, though, eh? Oh, maybe you could see the lake from up there. Hello. Yeah, you probably can see the lake, right? So maybe this is pretty good. I don't know. You start around here someplace. Like, well, it's a little early, I think. Just hang on. So if we've got enough memory, what's happening right now is we're coming around the tip of the lake. But we're quite a long ways from the tip of the lake, actually. Probably, I don't know. Oh, it's right there. So we've come around the tip of the lake already, but it's only now that you start getting some sight of it. Maybe I should point it down a bit and probably do this. Right? How's that? I'm holding it up in the air. We're coming up on a map. Yeah, so we're here. Main beach is here. From here to here is the most scenic, I think. It's all really nice, but this is the most scenic part, I think. I think I must be able to pull off a fairly convincing, respectful old gentleman type. I probably think I smoke cigars and give lectures and giving lectures. So they probably think I give lectures. Probably didn't think anything. But it's nice to daydream anyway. Daydream your life away. Sure nice spot though, isn't it? Yeah, sorry, I just feel a little directionless. Recently, I want some work to do. Some work that feels organic. Like, that feels like it's what I do for a hobby anyway. And what I do for a hobby is do this, right? So maybe I could be involved somehow. I think I'd be a good guy to have on as an advisor. I think I'd a gopher. I'd be a gopher on a film that had me as the creative genius at the beginning of it. If you want to think about it, that's such lofty terms. I don't know that I do. But it's just okay. So the thing is that the idea is mine, right? So the idea is mine, and other people can just run with it in all kinds of fun ways that I probably couldn't even imagine. That'd be great. I don't care. It's great. Just a contribution. So yeah, I'd like to contribute the idea and as an advisor. So I might say, you know, maybe that bit could have gone a bit longer or cut that out or whatever. Probably just in the role of just saying, no, cut that out. That's not good. That's worth a lot just to get rid of the bad stuff, right? So yeah, that's about yeah. And I want to be there when they film and you know, joke around with the actors and actresses and such forth. So that's Simon Fraser up there. The mountains in the back, I think that's getting up to Pitt Valley is where those ones are. Pitt Valley's a little bit it's a bit yesterday already. I got my eyes on the mountains further to the east yet. But I'm just kidding. Of course, Pitt River's not out of my head. It's the biggest tidal lake in the world. And this is the prettiest little lake in Vancouver. I'd argue that. Would you argue this is the prettiest lake in Vancouver? Maybe not?
I don't speak English.
Oh, you don't speak English?
No, I don't.
Okay. But you can say I don't speak English.
No, I don't speak English.
Okay. Thank you. What language do you speak? Maybe I speak it.
Russia.
You speak Russian?
Russia.
So if I say Sloboda, you know, Sloboda. Sloboda.
Svoboda.
Yeah, it means freedom. This my pronunciation is not good, eh? Sloboda. Doesn't mean freedom? Oh, you don't know the English word freedom? Oh, I'm so sorry. You're from Russia. Wow. Mm. We need to negotiate.
Canada.
You're Canadian now?
Canada.
Yes.
Very good.
Yeah, thank you.
Yes.
The United States is trying to start a war with Russia. What for? They need to start talking about negotiations now. Negotiations. I'm sorry, yeah. They need to talk. Biden, Zelensky, Putin.
Украина, Америка, да.
It's really bad.
Ну,
It's really bad.
но войны.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So,
Ага.
I'll see.
Я хотела написать.
Oh, you want to take a picture?
Да.
I don't know what she wants exactly, whether she wants me to take a picture of her or she wants to take a picture of me. Or...
Что вы хотели написать?
Oh, wow.
Пишите, я потом переведу.
Oh, shit. She wants to translate. Okay. I just did a dumb thing. She gave me the translation hardware, and I just had to type in the word freedom, but I typed in hello instead. So I have to do it again.
Как на английский написать?
Sloboda. Sloboda.
Свобода.
If a Russian doesn't understand your pronunciation, you probably got it wrong. So I can do. Yep, I can type. Freedom. Yeah, they seem hell-bent on starting a nuclear war, don't they? NATO and the
На
Americans.
английском, вот напишите вы на английском. Вот,
Okay.
пишите.
Okay. Okay.
Мгм.
Okay. Sorry. Did I get it? Okay. This might be hard to do. I should use my other finger probably. Yeah, I had it. FREEDOM.
Свобода.
Sloboda.
Свобода, ну и...
Свобода.
Свобода.
Svoboda.
Да, Раша.
Svoboda.
Ну,
Svoboda.
свобода.
Svoboda.
Свобода.
Svoboda.
Да.
Svoboda.
Да.
Okay. Svoboda.
Да.
A little dumb. Svoboda. At the
Фредом.
Slovoba.
Фредом, да? Фредом.
Yeah. Freedom. Yeah.
Фридом.
Yeah. Svobоda.
Свобода.
Svoboda.
English,
Svoboda.
English, I...
Svoboda. Yeah. Freedom.
Да,
Freedom.
Freedom.
Yeah. Freedom. Yeah. Yeah. Do I say danka or no? Spasibe.
Thank you.
Spasibe.
Спасибо. Thank
Спасибо.
you. Ага, спасибо. Раша.
Spasiba.
Спасибо.
Spasiba.
Пожалуйста. Please.
And
Пожалуйста.
Pasha.
Пожалуйста, please.
I still need to do Svoboda.
Свобода.
Svoboda. So Svoboda. Oh, that's it then. The V goes into the O. Svoboda.
Yes.
There we go. Svoboda. Easy. Svoboda. Just like it's spelled. It's spelled SV. Svoboda. Svoboda. Freedom. I learned that listening to some European Parliament members when they greeted Justin Trudeau in the European Parliament. I should definitely wait until she wants to tell me something, so I should wait. This is a nice enough view of the lake anyway. This is such a nice place.
Walking. We walking.
Working?
Да,
Me?
да. Yes.
No. No. Нет. I should
Нет?
say нет.
Нет, no.
Нет. It's so nice. Just, нет.
Гуляете, в смысле,
Нет.
гуляете? Не, walking, гулять, гуляете. Walking,
Working?
walking. Ну,
No, working.
а что делаете? А что делаете сейчас?
I should delete.
Что
Retired.
Ду. Виду.
Виду.
Здесь. Сейчас.
Svoboda.
Свобода.
Svoboda. Yeah, maybe I should go. I have to watch the time. Yeah.
А.
Okay.
Home.
Okay.
Home.
So, до свидания.
До свидания.
До свидания.
Goodbye.
Goodbye. Thank you so much. Thank you. Wow. Yeah, that's more like it. Like the last, I think, maybe 5 minutes or something. I felt safe enough to have the camera out when people are around, so I'll be able to be my normal social self. And what I found is that if you go and talk to people, boy, do you ever have a lot of incredible experiences. Like that woman's from Russia. Wow. Sorry if I forgot the FX lock. Yeah, that was heavy. It's heavy. Putin has now said that if they push NATO on Ukraine any further, you have a guaranteed nuclear war. If you want a nuclear war, that's what you do. And that's been true from the beginning. We've known this. Anybody who knows anything about anything knew that. If you didn't know that about the situation, then you didn't know anything, and so you didn't know anything. Everybody's always known that that would be the result. I don't know enough about the history to know that just how much of a threat Russia deems the rest of the world to be, and what justifications it has for that, and I don't know enough about anything, but everyone that knows everything and who knows everything, some people seem to kind of know everything. They know the basics. And the basics is you want a war with Russia, a nuclear armed country, then you push NATO on it. So they're provoking it. There's just no question about it. That is a fact. They're provoking a war with Russia. Absolutely insane. Absolutely insane. Yeah, what I find is that if you're in a safe place, then you can just do some light chatter. Like, if you're not aggressive, if you're not stopping even, right? Just kind of, usually the best thing you can do is just make a joke. Sorry, I know this is pretty good. Screwing it up. See the plane up there? Should be fun to go for a ride in one of those, wouldn't it? Let's go for a ride in a little plane. I don't think they're that expensive, are they? Get some guy that's trying to get his license or something like that, needs to put in some hours. Yeah, if you want a war with Russia, you push NATO on Ukraine. common as really. Anybody that's not aware of that doesn't know enough to talk. Just be quiet. That's the main thing. Like, and the thing is that I'm talking to the mainstream press, right? That's where my vitriol is being pointed. And they talk about a lot of things, and they talk about a lot of things pretty intelligently, I think, a lot of the time. But they miss the point. That right now, the possibility of a nuclear war is upon us. And it was this government that brought us to it. The Biden administration did it so that his partners in the arms manufacturing businesses could make a lot of money, and oil money, and who knows what all, right? So, yeah. Why else would you bring the world to the verge of a nuclear war if not to make money? But is there another motivation that a person could have? I don't know. Just like with him, I wouldn't be surprised if it's total senility. He's just, there's nothing left of him as a soul, hardly. He hardly exists as a human being. You can see that he doesn't. And he's in charge of this? Why aren't they talking about the danger of having a senile person with his thumb on the nuclear deal? Sorry, I was going to keep away from the flashes, so how do I do that? Just, yeah, you're supposed to stay on the trail, I think. Just wanted to get, like, see if I can get this. That's better. Yeah, I wanted to get some green, you know. Get some brown. And this one? I'm gonna put it on this one. Yeah, this one. Why don't I do it on something on the ground? Some nice ones on the ground here. Kind of all covered up. How about that one? There's a good one. How about that? How about this one? The number of people that this thing has killed is going to go into the tens and tens and tens and tens of millions of people. So whoever made this happen is responsible for that. Putin shares half of it, but he didn't start it. He didn't start it. Starting it was a bad idea. It's probably especially poignant, I think, for people who had reservations about him from the beginning, who had reservations about a good many things, in fact. There's a creek. Yep. This is probably where the cool guys come. Stand around out here, show off their muscles. Them and their hot girlfriends. Yeah. So this is the lake. This is the best spot to have a good old look at the whole lake that I have found so far. It's just 3 days I've got in here now. 3 days, 3 trips around the lake. I want to come back and do it in a kayak. I'd really like to do that. I'd rather kayak someplace better, but this is so nice. Anyway, I just okay. So I don't know what that is up there. That's for example, that's the Burnaby Museum or something, you know, and like you don't really get the sense that you're really in nature quite, right? But not bad. I would definitely say not bad. This is the best part. From here, from where I'm standing right now, there's you start to notice this because it really opens up, right? There's a part that really opens up. It's just astoundingly beautiful. And there's big fields of whatever that kind of stuff is, and there's patches of cottonwood trees, and then you come around the corner, and that at the top of the lake is probably the coolest part. But when you come around the corner a bit, there's also those stands of cottonwoods that are so nice. So, and the whole thing is nice. Like there's some great big old cottonwoods over on the other side there. Look at those things. Wow. They're giant. Like they're bigger than the deciduous trees. That's pretty amazing. Yeah, it's a nice place, man. It really is. You'd think there'd be some people here swimming, but maybe there is a bit of an issue with the water, I guess. I don't know. I think it's pretty good. You can't smell it. If you can't smell it, it's probably not that bad. That's what they say. If there's no smell, then the water's probably not that bad. But that would depend on the toxin, I would imagine. But the sewage smell, you can smell a sewage smell. So if it doesn't smell like that, then that's what I've heard, is that you don't have that much to worry about. But I forget even who I heard that from, so take that with a grain of salt. Some pepper. Yeah, can you believe the madness that they've pulled us into? So a real leader, like I suppose our Prime Minister was supposed to be a leader of our country, would do the necessary thing, and that's to start calling for negotiations. That's what a leader would do. That's what a good leader would do. That's what an intelligent leader would do. It's not what he will do. With him, you can be almost 1,000% confident that he will always do exactly the wrong thing. The most simplistic thing. But what's kind of come out in the hearings now is going to really cause them some difficulties, because they messed up so bad on that. Like anybody who listened to the committee hearings already knows that they didn't have justification to do it. No sane tribunal is going to conclude that they did. Not after what's already come out in committee. So of course the mainstream won't cover that either, right? Just the fact that it's already been figured out. You couldn't listen to those committee hearings and then think that Oh no, yeah, he was totally justified in doing it. I think when he called it in, 6 provinces complained, didn't they? That's a bad sign, don't you think? Bunch of provinces. Disagree with it? That doesn't look good, does it? You know, because later you're called upon to justify it. And it's harder to justify, isn't it, when so many people disagreed with it. The guy who wrote the Emergencies Act disagreed with it, and one of the guys that worked on the Canadian Charter of Rights and Freedoms has his concerns. Civil Liberties Association, the Constitutional Center for Freedoms, or whatever that place is called. Those are big hitters. These people aren't fooling around. Trudeau knew that there was an agreement made to leave the area, and that they were already leaving when he called in the Emergencies Act. The purpose of the Emergencies Act was to prove that was to get rid of a problem that you couldn't get rid of in any other way, right? And it has to be an actual national security threat. So it wasn't a national security threat to start with. And he had other means of dealing with it, and had already dealt with it. In fact, they dealt with it through negotiation, and they were already leaving. And then, get this, the police prevented trucks from leaving. And people were prevented from leaving. And this would have been after the truckers and the cops were working out all this stuff. They were working together the whole time, right? To ensure that it was a safe event. Crime rates dropped in that part of the city when they were there. The homeless never did better. I disagreed with the honking. That was too much. I disagreed with that. Well, you can't do anything that's going to look bad later. So how's that going to look when your protest goes to court, and it's a fact that you blew your horns for 3 weeks or something like that? It doesn't look good, does it? That was overblown. It was a mistake. And you can't blame people for being upset about it either. But was it a national security threat? No. Nobody. Everybody's heard about the bouncy castles and the festive atmosphere, and it was, a great old time, and, it wasn't a terrible place to be. Because people felt like they had a purpose. They're happy. They're doing something useful with their lives. People need that sense of purpose. Identity. Belonging. Belonging, purpose, and identity, all wrapped up into one Jordan Peterson-sized ball. They do offer that, though. Look at this. We're going to go down into some Gary Oaks, it looks like. Wow. Gary Oaks. Oh. Great big one over here. Oh yeah, I better cut this. It's getting a bit long.